Mr. Piqué, thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be our guest speaker.
It's a pleasure.
At Areilza School of International Relations today, especially today that it's a special day for us since it's our opening ceremony. You served as the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Spain, and now you are Vice Chairman of the OHL Group as well as CEO of that same group. You have recently published a book called Cambio de Era, that I would translate as a change of time. And why are we living a change of time in your view?
For basically two reasons. One of them is because we are in front of new international correlations of forces. We are coming from a bipolar world after the end of the Second World War. But now the reality, the international reality is absolutely different. We are seeing different powers and new powers emerging. We are in front of an uncertainty about how to proceed. And on the other hand, there is another important change from the technological point of view. The hegemony of the Western countries during 5 centuries, or more than, or most precisely in the last 250 years, came from the Industrial Revolution, firstly in the United Kingdom, or in England to be more precise, and later on in the rest of the Western countries. And this technological revolution was monopolized by the Western countries. The new thing is that now, with the new technologies of the information and communications, are expanding for all the countries, and as it was in the history, demography came to be the most important thing for the power of the nations. Until the 18th century, the most important percentage of the global production, the world production, was in China and India. Why? Because there are more people. There are more people, and the technology was practically the same in a rural civilization. Now the new technologies are worldwide, and the Western countries can't monopolize these new technologies. That's why more and more the most important countries in the world will be the most with the most population.
Mm-hmm. How has the economic crisis influenced this change?
Emphasizing this evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because the economic crisis has been mainly a Western crisis. It's true that the impact was at the beginning global, but immediately the new emerging countries recovered their economies very, very quickly, and the crisis was focused in the United States and in Europe. And as you can see, now the economic crisis is basically an European crisis. Mm-hmm. So that's why we have to, as Europeans, we have to question what we have to do in order to modify this trend, because if not, more and more the Europeans will be irrelevant from the global strategic point of view.
Mm-hmm. Do you think this change of time is a new phenomenon, or do you think this is something cyclical?
Well, history shows that always we are in change. So we can say we are in time of changes because always we are in time of changes. But we can now talking about not a time of changes, but a change of time. And this is not cyclical, because we are in a new paradigm, new behavior and new equilibriums, new balances in the world, and this is not the classical cyclical economic crisis that we have seen in the last 2 or 3 centuries of capitalism. This is new.
Minister, are you optimist about the future?
Yes, but I have to introduce some subtleties, or some comments. I'm optimistic in terms of never before hundreds of millions, including thousands of million people are living in a, let me say, acceptable conditions of life. And this is increasing very quickly, and in the different parts of the world. That means that for first time there are more people living in cities than in towns, than in countries. For first time the number of middle class people are practically 50% of the total population of the world. In this sense, I think that we can be optimistic that the prosperity is increasing and arrives to more and more people, and this is good. But on the other hand, this increase of demand of natural resources will provoke, and is already provoking, a lot of conflicts. And probably the turbulences and the conflicts in the world will increase during this current century. And in this sense, I'm not so optimistic. Probably globally, we are going well as a world, as a whole, but locally we will see a lot of problems, a lot of conflicts.
Mr. Piqué, thank you very much for your time.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.